Welcome to MacGlaflin Farm. I'm Julie MacGlaflin. My husband Jason and I are second generation here at this farm. We farm alongside his dad Ed. I'm actually a fourth generation dairy farmer as I grew up on my parents' dairy farm in Springfield, Vermont. We milk 450 cows, some Holsteins, some Jerseys, and even some crosses between the two. We sell 3,800 gallons of milk every day. The products that you'll see in the store that are ours are through the Agri-Mart Cooperative, which is Cabot cheese, Cabot butter, yogurt, and sour cream. I look forward to showing you around the farm today. So here is one of our single hutches. A calf will come here at 2 days old and spend just about 3 days here before she moves to her next step in life. Here we make sure that she is nice and strong after having been born and is eating plenty of milk off of a bottle from us. In the morning, she'll get as many bottles as she can eat, and then same again in the afternoon, as many bottles of milk as that she'll eat. Then after that, by day 4, she's moving to a group pen. So here is our group calf pens. At 4 days old, a calf will come into this pen with other calves her same age. She'll live with 7 other babies. They will share these 4 hutches behind me. They will have milk almost 24 hours a day. They get fresh in the morning, fresh at night, but they always have enough in their feeder so they can have snack time, lunch time, maybe even midnight snack. Inside of their hutches, they have fresh water, they have baby calf grain, and they have water outside. Their bedding is soft shavings and sawdust for all the warm seasons. During the winter, when it gets really cold, they will be bedded with straw. A calf, will stay in these groups for 8 to 10 weeks. At that point, they will stop having milk. They'll be on to a little bit of hay, water, and grain, and then they'll move to their next step in life. So these are our super hutches. When a calf is somewhere between 10 and 11 weeks old, she will move with her same group of 7 or 8 calves to the super hutches. Here, they get dry hay, they get grain, and fresh water. They will be here for about 2 months before they move to their next step in life. So this on the other side of our grain barn is also where some of the young heifers live. This is step 3 in a young heifer's life. They come here when they're right around 4 months old, and this is the first time in their life that they will get a total mixed ration of feed, which is a mixed up of grain, corn silage, hay, minerals, and soybean meal. They will live here for a few months before they go to their next step in life. So this here is our small heifer barn. This is step 4 in a heifer's life. They come here right around 9 months old and spend 4 months here. They're here with all their other friends. They live in the barn behind us, and they are bedded with a recycled paper bedding product. So this is our big heifer barn. They come here when they are 13 months old. This is step 5 in a heifer's life, and they will stay in this barn until they are 8 months pregnant. At that point, they will go back up to our milking barn, and then of course at 9 months, they'll have their first baby. This barn is bedded with a recycled paper bedding product. As you can see, it's nice and soft and cushy and dry for them. And that's what we use in this barn as well as the small heifer barn for where they have their sleeping areas. So this is our big heifer barn. Heifers come here when they're 13 months old. And today we're going to introduce you to a couple of our farm friends. This is Anita, one of our farm cats. Good girl. And this is Ozzy the horse. And he lives in this corner of the barn and then goes out to his pasture out here as he so chooses. And then inside here, inside on the other side is where the heifers, the big heifers, have their bedding area. Today, as you can see, it's being cleaned. So right now they're cleaning the manure out, and then all these 3 sections, 2 on the edge and the big center section, will be rebedded with a recycled paper bedding that we use for them. So this here is one of our milking groups. As you can see, a lot of them are eating their breakfast. And on this side, this is actually our dry cow group. And a lot of people wonder, what is a dry cow? A dry cow is a cow on vacation. At 7 months pregnant, we put them on vacation for 2 months. We stop milking them. They just hang out with their friends, they eat, they drink, they take naps. And when they are 2 weeks before their due date, they go to our maternity area to get ready to have their babies. This is our maternity area. This is where cows come 2 weeks before their due date. You can see behind me, this area is bedded very differently than the rest of our barn. It is bedded with nice soft sawdust and shavings. And the food in this group, you can see, is very different. It has a lot more hay in it, and it has special vitamins and minerals in it to help grow the baby the last 2 weeks of the pregnancy. And it also helps prepare the mother's body for her to start producing milk after she's calved. Here, you can see we have a new little baby calf in with her mother for the day. They'll spend all day together. The mother has her own separate food and water here. This calf at this point in its life has already had at least 2 bottles of colostrum. Colostrum is the first milk that a cow produces. It is full of all kinds of really vital nutrients to help the baby start building her immune system for the rest of her life. The calf has already had her calfhood vaccinations and some vitamins. So here is another one of our milking groups. They're all having some breakfast right now. Behind me, you can see all of the fans in the barn are running. It's a beautiful day here, but it's a little bit warm. Cows are most comfortable 40, 50, 60 degrees out. It's really important that we keep their environment comfortable and very consistent for them. So we run the fans, they have nice fresh water all of the time, and then they can go about their days and be as happy as possible here. So this is one of our milking cow groups. And this is one of our very friendly cows. And as you can see, her bed is sand. It looks like beach sand. Nice and fluffy and smooth, keeps them nice and healthy and dry and clean. So this is our milking parlor. This is the pre-dip that we use on the cows. It's a foaming, sanitizing dip. Then we check their teats. And each cow gets a separate towel. And then we're ready to put the milking machine on. Then you can see the milk comes out of the teats through the machine into the bowl here. It will travel through these lines. It will go through a filtration system into this little tank here, through the stainless steel lines, and then into the boat tanks in the milking room. So this is the PostDip. This is what we put on the cow's teats when they're all done being milked. It has moisturizers in it, has a little iodine in it, and it protects their teats and keeps them nice and moisturized as they go back out into the barn. So here's our milk room. We have 2 tanks. They each hold 3,000 gallons of milk. After the cow is milked, her milk is taken through a stainless steel line into this pre-cooler where the milk pipes are surrounded by ice cold water. After that, it is piped into the refrigerated bulk tanks where it is cooled to 38 degrees within an hour of the cows being milked. Every morning we have a tractor trailer truck come. The milk is pumped from the tank into the tractor trailer truck where it is taken to a processing center and either made into gallons of milk or the different Cabot cheese products that we all know and love. So this is one of our cornfields. We harvest around 450 acres of corn each year for the cows. We also harvest about 400 acres of grass for the cows' feed to feed them throughout the year. So behind me here are our bunker silos. On this side here is our corn silage. Corn silage is chopped up corn stalks and the ears of corn. They are all piled here together and fermented for the cows to eat throughout the year. On my side here, this is the bunker of haylage, and this is chopped up grass, which is also fermented and used throughout the year. So this here is our commodity shed. We call it the grain barn. On this side here, you can see some salt blocks and some bags of various minerals for the different cow groups. And back here in the three different bays, this is our custom grain mix. This is our cornmeal. And on this side here is our canola. With all of the ingredients in here, plus the corn silage and haylage in our bunker silos, mixed together in the mixer wagon in the right proportions, equals each different cow group's TMR, their total mixed ration each day. This is our mixer wagon. This is where all the different ingredients for the cow's food gets put together and mixed and fed out to them in their different groups in the barn. As you can see here, there's a computer system and it tells us exactly how many pounds of what ingredient you need for each separate group of cows. So this here behind me is our manure pit. This is where it safely stores our manure for future use on the different fields. This pit itself will hold 1,500,000 gallons of manure when it's almost full. Other than the delicious milk that we produce here, the most valuable resource that we have is actually our manure. If it wasn't for the manure that we have to provide nutrients for the soil, we would have no way to grow the hay and the field corn to feed our animals throughout the year. Here behind me, you can see a pipe and a pump system that pumps out of this manure pit into either a truck or a manure spreader where it is spread on the different fields. There is a lot of science in dairy farming. We work very closely with an agronomist who is a person who does soil samples, checks all of our feed, and checks the soil to see what fields need what nutrients, how much, and how often. I hope you've enjoyed this glimpse into what we do on the farm and how we take care of all of the animals. Thank you for adopting a calf from us.